Okay, so let's make a move with the scope commands which we left or which we completed till Friday. So just can you scroll a little up, Manoranjan? So if you see there, no, that table I want to see table. Yeah, if you see now there are so many arguments which are there we can use with the scope commands: hyphen hyphen append, hyphen hyphen as abro data file, sequence file, boundary query, direct, number of mappers, e query, split by, auto reset to one mapper, table, etc, etc. Okay, so for every argument I have given the description. Please go ahead. Not all are used, but we'll try to implement most of the things moving ahead. Okay, so let's go with the next command, that is the eighth command. Let's see what that command says. No, can you just first let me explain what is the command? Can you? No,
Okay.
yeah, PDF, yeah, let me come a little down. Yeah, okay, see now what it is telling us. Can you just scroll a little down so that I can have the full view of the, yeah, that's it, that's fine. Yeah, so now what is the 8 command? It's saying is import table data which don't have primary key into HDFS. Remember last time I think we saw some issue when we were not having a primary key on a table. We were getting some issues. Okay, so what is the first statement says is Sqoop by default uses 4 concurrent map tasks to import data in HDFS. We know that, right? Yes, no?
Yeah. By
Okay.
default, for splits.
Yes,
You're
yes.
telling.
While performing the parallel imports, second point, what it says is while performing the Sqoop parallel imports, Sqoop needs criteria by which it can split the workload. Okay, Sqoop uses the splitting column to split the workload. Remember, I told you last time that from the table it tries to identify a primary key column, and on the basis of that column, it tries to split the workload into 4 different map tasks. Okay,
Hmm.
the third point, by default Sqoop will identify the primary key. Okay, that is fine if present in the table. Okay, the low and high values splitting columns are from database, that is like min and max boundary queries. Okay, that is what it's seen. Okay, now what we will try to do is, can you try to create a table without primary key? Can before that, can you just scroll it a little down so that, can you come a little down? Okay, so if you see now when we'll try to import the table without primary key, it will give the error. Can you just press Control plus? Yeah, that, thank you. So if you see that error which is highlighted, so it will tell you that no, at the top, so it will tell you that error, no primary key could be found. Okay, we'll try to see that error. Okay, after that, that error can be resolved with 2 options. What are those 2 options? There are 2 ways to import MySQL table data into HDFS if table doesn't have primary key. We have already seen one option, that is hyphen hyphen split by. We can instruct Sqoop, hey Sqoop, use this column to split my data. Okay, and the other column and the other option is hyphen hyphen num mappers or hyphen m1. What it means is, in spite of using 4 different map tasks, only use one map task, which means that my entire data will be available in only one part file. Okay, so these are the 2 options. Okay, so let's go to your notepad please quickly. Can you create one table with 3 columns? Create table with 3 columns. It's like only int, I hope. Yeah, where care of, let's try to give in the open parenthesis, let's give 15. Yeah, that's fine. 20 is also fine, no issues. That is fine. Can you create this table in your MySQL database? Before that, you'll have to open the MySQL database. Can you just open your MySQL database? Let's write. I'll tell you. MySQL space. There is a typo error. Yeah. Hyphen uroot space hyphen p cloud error. Hit enter. Yeah. Then you will have to use a retail database. Use retail underscore DB. So for practice purpose, we would be using that database. Okay. Now can you create the table? Yeah, there's a semicolon. Beautiful. And let's try to insert 2-3 records. Let's insert 4 records because we'll be having 4 different methods. But anyhow, we'll be using a split. But at least enter 4 records. Just press up. Go to the notepad and just copy paste thrice and just change the 3 column names. 3 column values. Sorry. Yeah. Change 101, 102, 103. Yeah. Execute all the 3 statements. Yeah. Okay. Can you do a select on this table? Select star from testing. Okay. Now we have 4 records in this table. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to import this table into into Sqoop. We're using Sqoop. Okay. So can you go to your notepad and can you try to create a command? And let's see what the error we are facing, because this table does not have a primary key. Because during the creation of this table, you start creating your command. Yeah. Sqoop import, same thing. Then we'll need to connect with the JDBC connection.
Saif, I have a question.
Yeah.
How we can find the associated keys to a table? So whether primary key is created or not, whether foreign keys there or not on a table.
Okay, so there is like a query. Means you'll have, because this I have tested in MySQL database. Let's finish this and we'll try to test that command. So what we'll have to do, Roshan, is, let's say if it's an Oracle database. So under Oracle database, there are some like system defined tables wherein all the constraints information, all the index information, all the table informations are stored. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to join
Okay.
those 2-3 tables, and we'll need to define a query. Means once the query is formed, we just need to execute, and whatever the tables get created, then afterwards or before they're created, we'll get to know what are the primary key columns, what are the indexes, what are the partitions, and so on. Yeah, yeah.
In Microsoft SQL, we have a simple command which is like sp underscore help text something.
SQL Server, I have not worked. I
sp
have worked
underscore
under
help. I
Oracle
mean, do
and
you have any
Teradata.
set? Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
have idea. This is not required. Line number 52 is not required. Remove that.
Okay.
So we are not because we are not giving the minimum and maximum count, because that is taken by default, right?
Okay.
Why
Yes.
should I give it again? So Sqoop
Okay.
import hyphen connect. Username is sorry, the table name is testing. Username is root. Password is Cloudera. That's fine. Can you just remove that backward slash from line number 51? And can you try to execute this command? And let's see the error, because this table does not have a primary key. We'll have to execute on the edge node. Yeah. Okay. See, your previous job got successfully completed, Manoranjan.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
Yeah. So there was some typo there. Nothing else. Okay. Again, it is telling some error. Okay. Can you come back to the statement what we have written? Let's verify that statement. And can you increase the font size, please? Control plus, so that a little
This has no.
JDBC spelling. JDBC spelling is incorrect. Line number 49. Yeah. And can you increase the font size? Control plus once.
No.
Control plus is not working.
No.
Control shift plus. Okay, that is
No.
fine. Let's execute that command. Let's execute that command.
Again, I think after MySQL there is no colon.
MySQL. Okay, again see some typo errors there. Please make sure typo errors are not there, because I'm not seeing. Yeah. Okay. So by default, where this scoop will write the data.
Root directory.
Home directory, right? See, can you see
Yeah.
there is one error which is saying that at the second last line? Second last line. Yeah. So there is one error which says no primary key could be found for table testing. Please specify split by option or perform a sequential import with -m1. Okay. So if there is no primary key on a table, we need to instruct the Sqoop. Either you can use one split by option, or the other is number of mappers. Okay. So we'll see both the versions. Can you go to your notepad? And after line number 51, but can you just press backward slash after line number 51? Yeah. And write hyphen split by hyphen split space, yeah, by, yeah. And what was the first column name? ID. So we'll try to write the data on the basis of ID. Yeah. Can you execute this? Now it should work. Okay. Can you copy this? Yeah. Can you execute in the first terminal? Can you come to your notepad back again? Yeah. Can you copy the same 4 lines? Everything, all the, yeah, that is fine. Yeah, that is fine. Copy that, and can you just come down up? Yeah, hit enter and paste it. Yeah. So, and after that, can you write -m1 space 1? No, hyphen m space 1. Yeah. So M stands for mappers and 1 stands for numerical number. Okay. Can you execute this command in the third terminal parallelly? I think it will throw an error because that directory will be existing. Execute this. Can you come to your first terminal? So if you see, the first terminal should get completed. No, it is still working. But still we will get an error in the third terminal, right? Are we right? Or we will get error or not in this terminal?
Yes, yes.
What will
Because
be
the
what will
folder
be
is already there.
Yes, because if you see because we are executing the two Sqoop commands, and both the Sqoop commands will be writing the data to the same directory. Okay, so the terminal one we have executed first. Can you open the terminal one, Manoranjan? So this will get completed successfully. That is what our assumption is. Okay, and let's wait here only. Let's not get deviated. Let's see one by one. And meanwhile, Manoranjan, can you go to your chat? I've just shared one SQL query. Yeah, can you copy that? Can you bring to your notepad? Yeah, yeah, that is fine. Let it be. Okay, so this is like at a slow side. Let's wait for the command to get completed. So until unless the first will not complete, the third will also not complete because the first terminal itself is slow. So let's wait because the map tasks are getting executed. What is the RAM configuration? It's 8 GB, right, Manoranjan?
8, yes, 8.
Yeah. Meanwhile, can you copy that query which we have just
Copied already, no?
yeah, copy that query and base table. Do we need to the base table? I don't know. Yeah, that copied it. And can you execute this on MySQL? See whether it's working. Hit enter. Yeah.
Yes.
Can we see there is a database? The first column is like a database underscore schema. The output. So the first column is database underscore schema. The second is primary key, and which is the column name and the table name. I've selected only few columns, okay, and I have joined couple of tables, the information schema table and the schema statistics table. So similarly, for any database, there will be some tables which will be there, okay. So you just need to create the query by joining these joining multiple tables, 2 or more tables, and whatever columns which you need, you just need to take that.
Yeah, shall I do all enough?
Yes.
Yeah, can you come to the first terminal? Let's see if that is completed. Yeah, that is completed. Can we see retrieved 4 records?
Okay.
Can you clear the screen by pressing Ctrl L? And can you show me the data now, where this data has been written? Where this data will be written, Manoranjan? It's users home directory, right?
Yes.
Can we type that command, hdfs. So practice is needed, okay? So hdfs -ls, and what is the path? /user /cloudera. Yeah, hit enter. So under this path, we'll be whenever if we do not give target directory option, so by default, Sqoop will import whatever the data which is imported from the relational tables, it will bring under this area. Okay, can we see the testing, the last one? Yeah, can we see the data quickly? So hyphen cat, it should be HDFS are prefixed with dash. Yeah. It, see, this is the directory, Manoranjan. You will not be able to do cat on that.
Yeah, yeah.
That is fine. That is
Exactly.
fine. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Even I do mistakes. No issues. Just press up arrow and just change it to ls. Alt p. Yeah, beautiful. And just change. No. We'll need to remove the cat command. And there should be no space between hyphen and ls. Yeah. Now hit enter. Okay, so we'll be able to see this directory. So under this directory there will be some part files, then we'll be able to see the data for the part files. Okay,
Correct.
yeah, can you see the part data? Any?
Yeah.
Just double click. Okay. No, sorry, my mistake. You were doing right. Okay, so we are able to see the data. And now can you go to the third screen? So no, let's wait here. Did we understood what was the issue, like when the table without primary key we are importing, so we were getting an issue, and how did we resolve that issue? So are we understanding that concept first?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now can you go to the third terminal, Manoranjan, please?
Yes.
Can you see there is an error as we expected? So it is telling that user Cloudera testing already exists. Okay, so what you can do, tell me now what we can do to make this command successful.
Either we can give the path or we can do the force of this one to overwrite the files.
The first one is we can give the target path, that is the correct option. And the second thing, what you said?
I mean, by forcefully overwrite these files
Yes,
using this
beautiful.
scope command.
So there are a couple of options. So as rightly said, so the first is that target directory option. Okay, we'll see at a later stage. And the second option is hyphen delete target directory. Okay, so again these are the two options which I have covered at a later stage. But as of now, what we know, we'll go with that knowledge. Okay, but definitely we'll try to cover these two options. Or do you want me to show those options now only?
Saif, I have one question, clarification.
I'll come back to your question, but I was just
Yeah.
let's finish this. What do you
Okay.
want me to do? So, with the knowledge we have learned, should we go ahead with that, or should I use the two options which we'll be seeing further?
No, whatever knowledge we got, I think
Okay, so
we'll
let's
go.
come to the first terminal quickly. Can you remove this directory? HDFS DFS. There's a typo error. Space hyphen RM. Space hyphen R. And can you copy till directory only, directory name, testing? Yeah, hit enter. So with the directory, all the part files will be deleted. Okay,
Yeah.
and then
Delete.
once this is done, you can just go to your third terminal and press up arrow and execute the same command again. Yeah, someone was asking question.
while splitting to M1, we are creating only one mappers, right?
Yes,
So that time it will create one partition or four partitions.
only one partition.
But in that our result, I saw that part one, two, three, four files, right?
No, 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 no. This is, see, can you see this terminal? This terminal
Yeah.
is like, this command is we are executing with M1 option.
Okay.
So the first terminal was hyphen split by option.
Okay. But output I saw, I think 001, 2, 3,
Yeah, yeah.
etc.
No,
See, with hyphen split by, we will get 4 part files by default.
Okay. In that part three also I saw some KB that exists. Two
Zero,
and three
zero.
is 0.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
correct, correct.
So that was because, if you see, can you go to your notepad? And where is the insert commands? Yeah, 101, 100. So what is the minimum and maximum query?
100 is minimum, max is 121.
Okay, so if you divide, let's say, so minimum is 100 and the maximum is 121, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so if you divide 121 by 4, so what will be the,
50.
so it will be somewhere near like
50 point something.
60 point something, right?
No, no. 4 means 50.
Then let's take 60 something like 60 or something. So if you see why we are getting the two files are empty is like, did we deleted that file? Okay, let's come back. Let's see that scenario also. Okay, let me just see the third one. Can you just see third terminal?
Uh,
So now see it's completed. Okay, can you quickly show the data for this? How the data will be looking? And we'll come back to that scenario. So in this scenario, only one part, there is a typo error, cloud error. Just press up arrow and try / testing. So in this scenario, there will be only one part file which will be getting created. And can you see the data for this? So all the 4 records will be in the same file. It's pretty basic, okay, and I think pretty understandable. Can you just write / part asterisk? Hit enter. Okay, so we'll be able to get the data. Okay, now if you were just seeing in the first scenario where we were getting 4 part files and only 2 part files were getting the data, right?
Yes,
yes.
correct.
Okay, so can you just go to the command? So first you'll have to remove this directory, otherwise it will throw as an error. Can you just execute? Yeah, just press up arrow and remove this again. Yeah, hit enter. Yeah, can you copy the first command and re-execute, and I'll explain you how the data is coming. Not this, not this, not this. After that, with the hyphen split by command. Yeah, that's the command. Execute this. Okay, so meanwhile, can you come to the notepad? Let it get executed. Okay, can you open your calculator? So if you just say 121 divide, can you just 121 divide by 4? So almost it will be somewhere near like it is getting 30. Okay, that is fine. So close this. Okay, so after line number 52, can you hit enter? Can you just write 1 colon enter, 2 colon enter, 3 colon enter, 4 colon enter? So there are 4 part files which are getting created, right?
Correct.
Okay, so if you see, can you go to the first line number 53 and space? Okay, so what was the 30, right?
Yeah, 30 point something.
Okay, so if you see, if we now my total, if you see, I have the minimum record as 100 and the maximum record was 121. So it took the min and max boundary query, and whatever the maximum was, and it will getting divided by 4, and the data would be equally distributed into 4 part files. Okay, how it get distributed? Now if you take an example of in this scenario is 121, we are dividing by 4, we are getting like 30 or 31. Okay, so if you see, the first part file should have the data from 1 to 30th. Can you just write 1-30? So from the first record to the 30th record. Can you go to the second part file? It could be a scenario, it can happen like 1 to 31 also. It purely depends internally, but I'm just trying to just show you a vague scenario. No, it will start from 31, right? 31 to 60 something. Okay, so this was the expectations, but still, can you go to your part file data? This is what I know about this part file. Yeah, that is done. Can you clean off the data? Clear off the screen, and can you just do quickly that sdfs hyphen cat? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do this. Can you just do remove this and just do ls in spite of cat? Can you quickly do ls? Yeah, hit enter. So there are 4 part files. Can you see the first part file and last part file data? So ideally it should have come into the one part file, but again it's okay. And just press up arrow once this commands get completed, and just can you press up arrow and just remove that back 3 and just write 3, because we just have the data in the
First and last.
first and last, right?
So here only one record should be there.
Yeah, idea. If you see this, so what it did is like internally it took the calculation. Okay, so if you see divided by 30, like somewhat it take so if you see the third part file, for the first part file we had the 3 record which are belonging to one group, and the fourth part file was starting from 121 to the, let's say, 150. Okay, so that's how the data distribution got happened. Hence the second part file and the first part file and second part file was not having the data. So that's how the distribution will happen internally. So whatever the maximum boundary is there, it will take that count, divide by 4, and it will try to distribute the data internally. So based on the primary key column. So as my primary key column was not appropriate because I had data like 100, 101, 103 and 121. Okay, so 121 was falling into a different bracket. So hence it has written into a different part file. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so can we make a move to the next command? So are we clear till here?
Hello.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Can we move next, please?
Split by split. Okay.
We have already done this, like
Yeah,
split
yeah.
by
Split
hyphen
by.
M1. Yeah. So now comes the thing of like protecting your password. Someone asked last week, so if we can just do something like, yes, we can do something related to the password. There are a couple of options with which we can do is, the first thing is, so let's see, typing your password into command line is insecure. So there are two methods. So the first method is by specifying the -p argument. So it takes the user's input as a password. That is first option. And the second option is we can create a file and keep the credentials in that file and call that file in the execution. Okay. So these are the two methods. Got it?
Okay.
Can we try? Let's come to the notepad. We'll try both the options. Understood what I tried to explain theoretically, first of all? Or should I explain it again?
Can you explain it once again?
Okay, so I think because the control is not my in hand, so that is fine. Okay, so if you see protecting your password, so what it says is, see, now what we are trying to do is, whenever we are trying to execute Sqoop commands, we are entering the password on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what it's suggesting is that is not a correct method, or it is telling that it is insecure. we can we can protect the password by not entering into the Sqoop command, and that can be done in two ways. Okay, so the first way is with the -p, capital P. Once I use that argument and execute my command, once this command gets executed, it will ask me for the password. Okay, that is the one scenario. The second scenario is I will create a file. In that file, I will keep my password, and that password file I will call in my Sqoop command. So there are two ways to protect my password. Got it?
Yes, yes. Clear.
So we'll try to see both the ways and let's see how we can do. Okay.
Okay.
So if things are not getting clear, do ask. Okay. So come to the notepad, please. Okay, so first of all, can you just quickly delete the directory? Can you quickly delete the directory, because we will be trying to import the testing directory again. Sorry, testing. Yeah, press up arrow. Yeah, remove it. Hit enter. Yeah, can you come to the notepad now? Okay. Can we copy the command? We have already that command, right? So line number 51 or whatever, anything is fine. Yeah. No, with the split by, because it has, we need to use that split by also, right? Because it does not have a primary key.
Yes.
Yeah. So understand it, huh? So don't do blindly copy paste. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sqoop import, we are trying to connect with the JDBC connection. The table name is testing, username it root. Now remove the hyphen password cloud era. We are not specifying this. Okay. Just write hyphen capital P. No. You can use this. Okay, just write -p. -p. I'm not selling double hyphen. Is that means double hyphen? Can you go to the notepad PDF, please? I think there is only one hyphen which it says. Okay, double hyphen. My mistake. Can you go over there? Yeah, and we are missing. Don't. Syntax is incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what we are trying to do is we are not entering. Execute this command. So what we are trying to do, we are executing the same thing over here, okay, but we are not specifying my password. So it means that I'm protecting it by entering it explicitly. Now can you see it is asking for the password? So now you need to enter your password, Cloudera, Cloudera, and hit enter. Okay, now it will execute further. Okay, so this is one of the option wherein you can protect your password. Got it? Yes, no?
Yes, yes, right.
Okay, so till the time it is getting executed, we'll try to see the second option. Can you
Yeah.
go to the third terminal, Manoranjan, please? Okay, it is completed. Let's yeah. No, here only.
Okay.
Yeah, can you clear off the screen? Okay, can you go to your LFS folder which we created wherein all the files will be kept?
Okay.
LFS is in your edge node, not on your HDFS, right? So you don't need to use your HDFS command. It will be normal Linux commands.
Okay, okay.
CD change directory to your folder name. What was your folder name? No, LFS something, right?
Yeah, LFS.
Yeah. Did you created that folder, Manoranjan?
Yeah, already created.
So just type that L. Can you type L? Yeah, hit enter. Yeah, done. LS, can you just show all the files? Okay, so there are 3 files, correct? Now we'll try to create one file. Okay, so can you just type one command, echo space -n. So we are suppressing the new line. Okay, so -n for n. Yeah, and in double quotes, can you enter the password, that is Cloudera spaceman. Yeah. Yeah, after that, can you just space, and can you write this file to a file called Sqoop.pwd? How to write this? Do you know that?
No.
Can you just press right arrow? Can you just see right arrow? How you, right arrow?
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
No, can you repeat again?
I think
Which
greater
means
than 50.
greater than symbol from your
Okay, greater
keyboard.
than.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, that is dot. Yeah, space, and give any file name. Let's give scoop.pwd. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to write enter. So we are trying to create one file and write that file. Okay. Now can you show the data for that file which we created now? Okay. Can you see the Cloudera at the initial stage? Before that. That is the password. Okay.
Okay.
So what we have done, the second method, till the time my first execution is getting created, what we are trying to do, we are trying to create a file and keep ready. Okay, got it?
Yeah. We created one file. Inside that file, we kept Cloudera, the password.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So can you come to the first screen? So where we were executing, can you see that is completed?
Yeah.
So this command was executed with which option?
P.
-p.
Yeah,
Double -p. So okay. Now we'll try to see the second option. Correct?
Correct.
Before that, what we'll have to do? We'll have to delete the directory, right?
Yeah.
Can you press up arrow and delete the directory? Yeah. Okay. Can you go to your notepad and let's try to create a command now. Let's copy this as it is and paste in a new line. And what I would suggest, Manoranjan, whenever you are creating this command, try to write certain things, because after, let's say, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you will see this notepad. You will not, means you'll have to,
Understand.
yeah, just
Mm-hmm.
specify something, that I am trying to do something. Okay.
Right, got it.
Yeah,
Right.
we missed that. No issues. It was my, again, I did not catch that earlier. That is fine. Okay. So now what we
Okay.
are trying to do is we are trying to see the second mechanism. What is that second mechanism? By protecting the password using the file in which we have stored the password. Okay.
Yeah.
So the line number 85 is Sqoop import, then hyphen hyphen connect with the JDBC connection. The table name we are trying to import is testing. The username is root. Now we are trying to use the second option. So can you just write hyphen hyphen password hyphen file, all in lowercase, hyphen
Okay.
file space. Can you give the absolute path of the file of your password? Can you go to the password file where you have kept? Can you copy the entire path? Just say pwd. Can you do a double click on that home Cloudera LFS? Can you come to the notepad,
Okay.
paste it here, and after forward slash, no,
Yeah.
for forward slash after LFS, we need to specify the file name, right?
I have one second. Just here two steps after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And after copying that, just execute that.
Right? Yeah.
Just execute this command, huh? And let's see what is there any error. No, no.
No, not yet.
Okay, I'll just be back in a second.
Okay.
Okay, is that completed? Okay,
File
it
to
is
load
getting
path.
an error. Okay, so let's see what is there. It is telling that it does not exist. So can you see, do we need to enclose in single quote or double quote? Fail to load password file slash home Cloudera LFS. Can you go to the PDF quickly? And let's see if that needs to be enclosed in a single quote or a double quote. A little down, a little down. Okay, it is asking like, okay, so yeah, can you just prefix file colon triple slash, because this is one of the VM hack. We need to do that. So can you go a little back? Yeah, file colon triple slash. So sometimes it does not recognizes the edge node path, so we need to specify file double slash. Can you just press? Yeah, so that should be fine now. Can you execute this? Yeah, hit enter. So it is getting executed successfully. So from now onwards, we'll be using the password file only, correct? So we'll not be using the hard-coded password. Okay.
Okay.
So remember everyone. So everyone, whenever from the tomorrow, we'll be sharing anyone's screen. So we'll be using the same password file command only. So we will not be hard-coding the password on the system. So I hope a little you are getting familiar with the Sqoop commands. We are just trying to execute the same set of commands. Only the arguments here and there will get changed depending on the requirement. Okay. So like Sqoop import will be constant if we are trying to do import. If we are trying to do export, it will be Sqoop export. Okay. If we are trying to do list tables and show database, it will be Sqoop list tables and Sqoop list database. That's the only 3-4 changes. Otherwise, it will be either Sqoop import or Sqoop export. That is the first line. Then connect JDBC, the syntax, the username, the password. And moving ahead, we'll see a lot of arguments. Then hyphen target directory, the hyphen table. So all these 4 to 5 arguments will be always constant. So depending on the scenarios, you will be twisting your arguments, twisting your Sqoop commands. But we need to remember everything, right? So just make a practice that we are practicing. And over the weekend, I have just shared some theoretical questions plus one practical question also. So try to work on that because it will help.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And because from the next week onwards, there will be all like practical assignments only. So at that moment of time, you'll have to do something. And it's not compulsory that you need to do on weekends only. So we have a week's time. So daily, if you just, let's say, I think I'm able to recall like 6 or 7 questions are there. Daily, if you do one question also, that is fine. With that, what will happen? Daily, you are trying to invest time in studies. So that's how you'll have to do. So daily, open 10-15 minutes and try to invest your time. So that's how you'll be in consider. Yeah, that's it. So we are able to import the data from the table which we created without primary key, without password. Okay, we have seen that. Any questions till here?
No, we are
Oh,
fine.
okay. So can we make a quickly? Let's do one command and then we can stop and let's try to meet tomorrow by 6:50 sharp. Okay, because we are losing some time. Okay, let's go ahead. I think we are done with this, right? So put the file is nothing but is putting the file from the local file system to the Hadoop file system and picking the file from there. It's your call. Either you want to keep the file at my edge node. Do you want to do this? Put the file from local file system to HDFS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So quickly go. So what it is saying is now we are picking the password file from where? From my edge node, right?
Yeah.
But I want to pick that file from my Hadoop file system. So
Oh,
what you need to do is you need to put that file from my local file system to Hadoop file system and change the path in the Sqoop command. That's it. Can you do that quickly? And we'll stop
okay.
there.
Okay.
First of all, you'll have to do it.
Okay.
Whatever comes to your mind, do it. Then we'll try
So
to eradicate. No,
first collection using.
don't see this. Don't see this. If you'll see this, you'll get it. Try to visualize and try to see what you want to do. See, now what I want to do is I want to put the password file where to my HDFS file system, right? The first step is the
I have to
file should be
place.
placed from my edge node to my Hadoop file system. How I can move the file?
HDFS, DFS put,
Yes,
and
either I can put the
then the source
command
path
or
will
I
be
can copy
destined.
the local. Yeah, so that is the first step you'll have to do. Can you do that first step?
Home Cloudera.
That is okay. That is okay. Don't remove it.
Okay.
So after put, there should be your local path from where you are picking the file, right? Source
Yeah,
path.
yeah.
So what is the source path?
Start from home.
Home Cloudera.
Understand the
Remove the
differences. Yeah.
HTML.
So edge node is starts from home Cloudera and your Hadoop file system starts from user Cloudera. Okay. Understand the difference. This is important. User Cloudera / LFS / Sqoop.pwd. No, 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 no. We have not completed home Cloudera. Complete that first. Home Cloudera / LFS / Sqoop.pwd. Right? This
Yes,
password
correct.
file is available at this location, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Yeah. So again, see there is a typo error. Sqoop pwd. Yeah. Now we are trying to put this file from here to Cloudera input / HFS, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Now hit enter. So the first step is we are picking the file from edge node and putting the file to my Hadoop file system. See, now understand what is edge node, what is Hadoop file system, what is home path, what is user path, because we are almost like 1 week of practical. Okay. So slowly you will get a hang, don't worry, but we should get time. Okay. Now change
Right.
the command. How you will change the command? Sqoop command. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that is fine. Looks good to me. Now we are picking the password file from my Hadoop file system, not from my edge node. And let's see whether this file // is accepted over here. If not accepted, then we'll just need to remove that file // Let's see if it throws an error. Yeah, it is throwing an error. So it is just remove that file // because in Hadoop file system it is able to recognize that path /user. Yeah, only it is for file edge node path it is not able to recognize, hence we need to specify file // Yeah, can you hit it? Yeah, let's see. Okay, so it is telling that, can you see that error and eradicate that error? See what is the error?
Already existing.
Yeah. So what you need to do?
Okay.
Yeah, fine, do whatever it's let's do something, and we'll make error and we'll try to, yeah, so we'll remember that explicitly.
Deleted now. Configuration again.
Moving ahead, there is one argument -- delete directory. Okay, so at that moment of time we'll not need to do this manually, we'll try to do in one go only, okay, in the same command. But as of now we have not seen that command, hence I am not showing that command. Machine is a little slower side.
Yeah, sense.
Yeah, because it takes a little time to execute the work. Because okay, so we are able to fetch the password file from my Hadoop file system also. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm stopping the recording for